Thank you, Jeff. I've always loved coming here and hearing people read it, the Bernal literary series, so it's a real treat for me to be reading tonight, so thank you for inviting me, Jeff. And lovely to see so many friendly faces and to be with the other readers who I've really enjoyed. Do you want me to say something about Bay Area Generations? Okay, so I'm involved with another reading series called Bay Area Generations, which Sharon Coleman has read at, and we're very pleased to be together tonight. And yes, and it is a reading series where writers pair up. Two writers from different generations. They submit to the reading series together, and we hold monthly readings alternating at the East Bay at the Berkeley City Club and here in San Francisco at the Hotel Rex. And Jeff has read, Sharon has read, and I have read there, and we invite everybody to look at our website and to pair up with another reader and join us. It's a wonderful evening, and when you hear two readers read together, we find that there's a kind of magic that happens, that each voice is individual, but it builds this kind of community that really is quite lovely. So it's something that's different in the Bay Area, and we're really happy to be part of the vibrant Bay Area literary scene. So that's that. Okay, so happy Lunar New Year, everyone. And because it is the Lunar New Year, the story that I'm reading is starting in Chinatown and is going to go on from there. Whiskey, water, and white dwarves. Kara passes through the lion gates in Chinatown to a store filled with dried lizards on sharp sticks and shredded plants tied into bundles of twine. The young woman behind the counter with a pixie haircut looks at Kara's tongue as if it were a sea creature she's examining to assess the health of the ocean. Perhaps a seal who has eaten too many mercury-filled fish. She gently palpitates Kara's wrist, feeling her pulse first on the left arm and then the right. These Vicaria seeds will help open up the pathways in your body, the herbalist says, picking up several small almond-shaped seeds with a metal wand and pressing them onto the ridge of Kara's outer ear. Kara feels a slight pressure and warmth radiating from each seed, her body illuminating with an inner sunshine. She tries to pinpoint where the sensation is coming from, her ear or her mind. The two are so close together, perhaps it doesn't matter. Kara smiles and thinks about her husband. Alex prefers whiskey to her herbs. A long time ago, he told her that a pinch of water makes whiskey bloom on the tongue, and she marveled at how that could be, how water could make something more itself instead of less than what it was. Kara liked watching Alex pour the splash of water into his glass, almost like he was a scientist. How can some properties be intensified by dilution while others are not? Kara wonders as she stands in the herbalist's, imagining the two separate elements swirling together to become something new, something better. The young woman is bringing down various glass jars from the high shelves that line the store's walls and placing them in a row on the counter. Scooping out different measurements of the jar's contents, she narrates her actions as she mixes a pinch of Sheng Ti Wang for qi deficiency and Yuan Ji, Suan Zhao Ren, and Bai Zi Ren. To nourish the heart and calm the spirit, the woman says. Kara, who doesn't speak Cantonese or Mandarin and always feels slightly guilty about it, nods and pays for the herbs with a credit card. She leaves the shop clutching the paper bag, wondering if in the future medical science will find serotonin boosters in the bile of a bear. The late afternoon sun feels like melted honey on Kara's skin. She walks down the street past the grocery stores and admires the spiky red lychees whose thick skins hide the sweet, soft fruit within. Kara smiles as a lady in an oversized sun visor angles for a discount on the dim sum dumplings being put on the tables outside of the restaurants. "This food too old," she tells the waitress, a young bored woman wearing black nail polish. "I give you $2 for everything. Maybe it's the sunshine, or maybe it's the Vicaria seeds that are making Kara feel so happy. But she decides to stop at a bakery for a treat. People are lined up to buy deep-fried butterfly pastries covered with gooey honey and mooncakes filled with red beans and pickled eggs to celebrate the autumn festival. Kara orders a warm egg tart, savoring the flaky crust and sweet custard against her tongue. It reminds her of being a child again, going to Chinatown and sharing treats with her older brother and sister. Outside, the sidewalks are full of jostling as men and women crowd into shops to buy food for dinner, then slip down the alleyways to their homes and apartments. Kara finds herself walking behind a group of teenagers who hold clear plastic cups of bubble tea, talking and laughing. They slurp up the tapioca balls like oversized pearls of caviar through giant straws. What flavor do you get? Honeydew. Can I try it? What did you get? Mango and coconut. Oh, that's so good. That night, Alex's face turns red after his first glass of whiskey and its pinch of water. He is sitting on the sofa after a day of work programming a computer that watches the weather, and Kara watches him expand into universe after universe while the aurora borealis appears in his eyes. He seems so far away, and she would like to get out her telescope. She wants to be with him where he is, whether that is here in the living room or up in the sky with his thoughts. She wishes she could glimpse his view of their place in the Milky Way, but is reluctant to speak, to break the spell of his reverie with something as earthbound and mundane as words. The two of them used to spend nights in the backyard, bundled up in blankets, looking into the deep sky. "See that lenticular cloud in front of the moon," Alex would say, telling her how the weather was forming in front of their very eyes. Rapt, Kara could almost see the invisible fronts of cold and hot meeting where the wisps of vapor seemed to emerge out of thin air. That was a very long time ago. Now the universe has ebbed. Kara can tell that Alex's colored sky has gone dark. His gaze looks like the core of a very old star, sucking in everything it sees. Kara couldn't say when things changed, or if they'd really changed at all. What should come next? Time felt like it was less the course of a comet and more like an orbit around a planet, but without enough of a gravitational field to draw them in, Kara felt like they had lost the ability to land anywhere solid. Now they are sitting inside the house, hovering in their own orbits, listening to a narrator of a show on global warming declare that the polar ice caps are melting. Sea levels are rising and starfish are dying all along the California coast, but no one knows the cause. "We can't even take a decent shower because of the drought," Alex comments, "but scientists say we're going to be underwater in another 50 years. "What if the Earth's temperature continues to rise?" Kara asks. "Will the oceans evaporate altogether?" "It depends," Alex replies, "on where you live. Some places will flood, others will turn into deserts." Kara's phone buzzes with pictures a friend has sent to her from Harbin, China. There are photos of people building life-size replicas of the Great Wall and European castles out of giant blocks of snow and ice. "Look," she says, proffering her phone to Alex. "Olivia is in China at a winter festival. There's a picture of her sliding down an ice roller coaster." Alex scrolls through the photos, then says, "Olivia is crazy. How cold is it there?" "I don't know," Kara replies. "I hope she doesn't get frostbite." "Liv will be okay," Alex says. "Look, this is amazing," Kara explains, waving her phone at Alex. "People are wearing fur capes and wedding gowns. They're getting married in ice cathedrals." "What we need is a good rain," he replies. "Harbin doesn't need all that snow. They should build a pipeline and send it to the Arctic where we could really use it." Still looking at the snowy palaces, Kara goes into the kitchen to boil water for her herbs. The tea smells of the earth, but turns her mind into sky, and she breathes in the small clouds foaming over her cup, feeling them as they melt into the air of her body. She has heard that Finnish saunas flush out the toxins in the body by opening up the pores of skin with eucalyptus-scented steam. And she imagines the tea in her cup is a steaming sauna bathing her from the inside out. The clearing herbs change her view, and in this new, unobscured place, Kara can look through her mind's telescope, where she sees Alex inside and outside of time simultaneously. A place where all the versions of him exist like light seen from a far-off planet. And she can see all the versions of herself traveling toward him over time, their lives in the moment, an intersecting swath of brightness filled with asteroids and comets and glittering space dust. How many millennia would it take them to shed the hours, minutes, and seconds of their lives? And what would it feel like if they ever managed to do it? Kara lets her mind spin out farther and farther. Her thoughts move like increments of the moon across the sky. She has no desire to reel them back in. The stars in her mind are like the lights sparkling in Harbin's winter fairyland. Some places have so much, while others have nothing at all, she thinks. Will their part of the world become an ocean or a desert? Some people say one thing, and others say the opposite, but no one has been able to say anything with certainty. What if the drought continues until its ultimate conclusion? With no water to dissolve and bind them into being, what will they become? Kara looks into the center of her mind, where her pineal gland radiates its hidden presence, its biorhythms into the matter of her thoughts. Will they become black holes, sucking up everything in their path, she wonders? Or could they morph into something completely new? Is it possible that they will become something else, something in between? Like white dwarfs, perhaps they could lose layer after layer after layer, but at some level, at their core, still remain stars.
Shue, everyone. Hey, can we get another big round of applause for all of our readers?